I don't teach kill shots.
What do you teach then?
Defense.
Defense is for pussies.
Or survivors.
Show me. I've revealed my special skill.
Sword fighting?
Breaking things. I hope I haven't broken this place. Seems like there's a lot of drama around here.
It has nothing to do with you. It was a hectic night. I didn't handle it so well.
I've been there. Things get hectic in my life and I fight. Happens to the best of us.
Or the worst.
Welcome back, everyone. It's Charlie. We finally got our first look at the actual Nightwing costume on Titans, so I'll break down what's going on. There's a new round of the DC giveaway. All you have to do to enter is be a subscriber and leave your best Nightwing theory on the video. They're still filming episodes for this season of Titans, and it looks like he's already gotten the costume as of mid-season. Based on the logo and the look of the costume, it looks like they're going on a version of the Rebirth costume, which I think is great. All the Nightwing costumes are good. Still wondering if they're going to have the disco Nightwing costume from back in the classic Teen Titans comics. We'll have to wait and see about that. Quick recap, if you haven't been watching Titans this season, Season 2 has been doing actual, genuine Teen Titans comic book stuff. It feels way more authentic to what you think a Teen Titans series should be. Season 1 of Titans started after Dick Grayson had been away from Batman for a couple years. He incorrectly assumed that Batman was trying to turn him into a weapon, so he left and he went to Detroit to be a police officer, like Nightwing was a police officer in the comics during the Chuck Dixon era. During that period, he kept the Robin costume, and when he couldn't help people during the day as a police officer, he would help them at night as a vigilante beating up criminals that were going after children. The Titans start to come together. He encounters the new Robin that Batman has taken that he did not know about. He actually finds out about it for the first time when the new Robin, Jason Todd, shows up, just like Jason Todd was the second version of Robin in the comics. Most of Jason Todd's arc is about setting up that Red Hood storyline, but while they're talking about what it was like for him to be Robin for Dick Grayson, they start talking about new costumes. And then later, when Donna Troy enters the series, she starts talking about Dick Grayson adopting a new persona, but he thinks that the world wants him to become Batman. And even though he did become Batman in the comics for a while, Donna Troy tells him, don't be Batman, be someone else. And they just sort of leave it hanging like, okay, we're just waiting for someone to say Nightwing. He burns the Robin costume, and now at the beginning of Season 2, they're at the Titans Tower going full-blown Teen Titans from the comics. But after the first couple of episodes, they still have not mentioned the Nightwing name, and he hasn't given any indication that he's building a new suit or asking Batman to help him make a new suit.
You need to set the tone. I'm not Robin anymore. You are.
Hey, wait. If I'm Robin, who are you?
It's a good question.
He and Jason Todd had this whole thing during Season 1 where they talk about the special Xylon fiber material that their suits are made of, that Batman's suit is made of, so they're just hyping up that Batman is going to help him make a special new suit. What's going on right now is that Dr. Light has teamed up with Deathstroke. Deathstroke is really coming for them. It's all about his plan and setting up the Judas contract storyline. That's where the Ravager comes in. She's sort of the Terra of this version of the Judas contract story. Deathstroke frees Dr. Light from prison and sets him to the task of just harassing the Titans as much as possible, like you see in that clip. They have history together because the classic Titans took him down and the reason why he wound up in prison for the last 5 years, but Deathstroke is trying to pick the Titans off one at a time. Jason Todd just happens to be the most recent person that he's going after. So that's where we get to Judas contract storyline in the Nightwing origin story. Because these pictures are from the last couple of episodes, it looks like they haven't quite got to any real big turns because you see Ravager in her full-on comic book Ravager uniform. I think it's great that they're going for that. As of right now, she's being really standoffish. She hasn't formed any kind of bond with the Titans yet, but she's super intense, just like Jason Todd. But that's why I'm saying that she's sort of the Terra of this version of the Judas contract, and she'll form a relationship with Jason Todd, so he'll sort of be the Beast Boy of this version of Judas contract, and you can kind of assume where they'll take things from there. They really want you to think that Deathstroke is going to wind up killing Jason Todd. But here's the thing about the Dick Grayson character becoming Nightwing. There are a couple things about his origin story that they haven't set up on the show yet, like the reason why he chose the name Nightwing. If you're not a big comic book reader, the very first time that he took the name Nightwing and debuted his new costume, the Disco Nightwing costume, was during Tales of the Teen Titans during the Judas contract storyline back in 1984. But here's the thing, he got the inspiration for the Nightwing name from Superman, who we have not seen on the Titans TV show yet, although during Season 2, Episode 1, Dick Grayson mentions him when Beast Boy is asking if he's gonna get to meet Batman.
Get used to it. Life's a lot better with him.
Sounds like something Batman would say.
Do we get to meet him this time?
No, Superman.
Seriously?
No, get in the car.
The whole reason why Superman is the inspiration for the Nightwing name is because originally the Nightwing character debuted in 1963 in an issue of Superman called Invasion of the Super People. It's a Bottle City of Kandor Brainiac story. Superman is trapped in the city, powerless, and branded an outlaw because of a misunderstanding, so he and Jimmy Olsen create superhero personas inspired by Batman and Robin. They need their vigilante names, so Superman uses the names of his friends' two pet birds, Nightwing and Flamebird. Superman took the name Nightwing, and Jimmy Olsen took the name Flamebird. They teamed up with Batman and Robin, and it was still the Dick Grayson version of Robin at the time. And then later, when it came time for Robin to move out on his own and pick a more adult superhero persona, he remembered that adventure and chose the name Nightwing to honor Batman and Superman. You've all seen the Crisis on Infinite Earths Flash DCTV trailers that have been posting. We just found out about Tom Welling, Superman coming back for that. After the comic book Crisis storyline, Superman had no memory of ever being the Nightwing character, but he did remember an urban legend from Krypton about a vigilante named Nightwing. He told that story to Dick Grayson, who was then inspired by that legend, and that's how he then took the Nightwing name. So a couple different versions of the origin story. Obviously, the Titans TV show version is going to be a little bit different too. We haven't gotten Superboy on the TV show yet, but they tend to introduce the Justice League characters corresponding with their Teen Titans counterparts, like they introduced some Wonder Woman stuff last season when they introduced Donna Troy for the first time. So when they introduced the Connor Kent Superboy this season, it makes sense that eventually we'll see some sort of Superman cameo. I believe Connor Kent is debuting somewhere around the middle of the season, so that's probably when you start to see Dick Grayson inspired to take the Nightwing name and then get the Nightwing costume. So we still got a little while before we see him running around in it, but this is what it's going to look like. And I'm actually really happy based on these blurry potato cell phone pics. But everybody, post your reactions in the comments below. What do you think about them going with the Rebirth Nightwing design? And obviously this is a more tactical version of that suit. You may remember the Nightwing web series from a couple years ago from Danny Shepard and his friends. They did a great job with that, but this is the first official live-action version of Nightwing that we've seen from DC and Warner Brothers.
Still pretending to be the detective.
Let me guess, you are my guardian angel, right?
Guardian angel. I guess you could say that.
Look, I appreciate what you did for me at the club, really, but I had this covered.
As you can see, they went for Red Hood, a much more adult version of Jason Todd. I think it's going to be a while before we actually get to Red Hood on the Titans TV show, because first they got to play out this Teen Titans Judas contract arc, which seems like it's going to spill into Titans Season 3. Then they have to kill off Jason Todd. He has to stay in the ground for at least a little while before someone can steal the body, and then either use a Lazarus pit if they want to do Ra's al Ghul in the Lazarus pits on Titans, or if they want to do a slightly different method with someone else brainwashing him and turning him into a killing machine. But like I said, because it seems like they're trying to be as comic book accurate as possible with all this stuff, I think that they would actually go for a more authentic Red Hood origin story when they eventually do that. But obviously this version of the character is so much younger, so it'll have to be a younger version of Jason Todd when he eventually debuts on the show in a future season. I'll do more Titans Easter egg videos once we get more big reveals like this, but leave all your requests in the comments below. There'll be more Crisis on Infinite Earths, Flash, Arrow, DCTV trailers coming up too. Congratulations, Glenn Waldrop, you're the giveaway winner from my last big DC video. Please email me on the About page of my channel so I can get your details. Everybody click here for my Flash Season 6 trailer with Tom Welling's Superman returning, and click here for that brand new Rick and Morty Season 4 trailer. Thank you so much for watching. Everybody stay awesome. I'll see you guys tonight.